Maloney Crescent.
Not get that hose off. Get up there and protect that soon. That's it. Something out the front.
Come on, let's get him out. We can handle it.
Ready, Luke?
It's turned out to be a double fatal. There's two vehicles involved. One of the occupants is alive, but he's unconscious. The ambos don't know if he's going to make it.
All right, Nick. Do you want me out there?
Nah, it's pretty straightforward.
Okay. You better come in when you're finished. Okay, boss. We'll be a while, though. Oh, Nick. How are Doyle and Patterson coping?
About as well as can be expected. Constable Patterson might have to go home and clean up.
All right. Bring Maggie back with you. I'm going back to the normal channel.
You okay? I'm okay.
I made one for Nick, too. So, what have we got?
The driver of the station wagon was alone in the vehicle. He was dead when we got there. Driver's licence was issued to a Darcy Michael Gunn, 42.
Yeah, I know him. Got a small cosmetics firm, or had. Buys stuff in bulk, packs it into jars.
Probably marks it up 500% and flogs it to women with more money.
Puts it into shops, chemists, department stores. What about the girl?
She was in the car with the farmer.
She was driving.
Yeah, she came out of the side road too fast. Swung into the wrong lane. Collected poor old Darcy in his vehicle. She ended in the ditch.
Claire Brady. 17.
I should be getting back.
You all right? You were shaking like a leaf.
No, I'm all right now. 2 dead, 1 in a coma. If you'd have seen that accident today, you'd
Wayne, I wasn't driving like a maniac, and I didn't hit anyone or anything.
I wasn't talking about you.
Weren't you?
Ros, I've told you.
Look, you've told me. You always tell me, but you never listen to me.
I've done nothing all week but listen to you about your bloody speeding ticket.
Wayne, I can't be here without a car.
You were speeding. You got caught.
Yeah, by Nick, your best buddy.
Ros, we've been all through this. There's nothing I can do. I gotta go.
Why don't I go down to Melbourne for a couple of days?
Hey?
I might as well go down this afternoon while I've still got my licence.
Oh, I see.
Just for a bit of a break. See some friends.
Yeah? All right.
Couple of days?
Leave a number. Just in case I need you.
Are you feeling better?
Yeah, I'm all right. How about you?
Oh, I'm fine. Can I get you something, a cup of tea?
Nah.
I checked at the hospital. The farmer, Albert Hawkins, is in a pretty bad way.
Comes of letting a woman drive. Any next of kin?
A wife. They've got a farm out on the Melbourne Road. Nick's taking care of that. We've got this.
Claire Brady. 17. Hell.
You all right?
I've got a bit of blood on me, that's all.
Have you notified the next of kin yet?
Oh, we're just heading up to see the girls'
Well,
parents.
on your bike, it'll be all over town by now. I don't want the families finding out the hard way.
I was just waiting
now.
Wayne. I hate doing death messages.
Well, you haven't got that on your own. I'll tell them.
Yeah, but I still have to see their faces.
I just worry I'm going to choke up.
Detective Ashman, where is he?
In there.
Everybody must be pretty bloody busy around here.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm looking for Hasham. He couldn't come and see me, so I've had to come trotting in here. I'm not interrupting a crime wave, am I?
Look, is there something I can do for you?
The name's Callan. I've got a deer farm out of Clarendon.
Wait there.
Mount Thomas 308 signing off at the Brady residence.
Ready?
Bastard must have been flying.
He had been travelling fairly fast. It's 100 zone.
But what was Claire doing there? She was supposed to be at work. What was she doing in that man's car? Oh, Hawkins. Who is he? I never heard of him.
Oh, he has a farm out that way, Mrs. Brady.
Jack?
Oh, might have seen him in the pub. I never actually met him. How would Claire know him?
She was behind the wheel.
Driving it?
Maybe they were friends.
She wasn't that sort of girl to go with older men, married men.
She didn't even have a boyfriend. She never went out much. Don't, Dad, don't upset yourself.
Oh, God. It's my little girl.
We'll let her work know. We will have to ask you, Mrs. Brady, or Mr. Brady, to come with us to the hospital.
Oh, God. No. We'll both go.
Can I get you a jacket or something?
She was our only one. Our little girl.
Can I help you?
Oh, yes, I was told someone was looking for me. My name's Gunn, Maureen Gunn.
We'd better go into my office, Mrs. Gunn.
I don't particularly want to see him.
It'll only take a moment, Mrs. Gunn. Just for identification, you don't even have to look at his face. If there's some distinguishing feature, something you might recognise.
There's plenty who could do that. Identify his body. He spread it around enough. He thought I didn't know, but I washed his clothes. No secrets there.
Mrs. Gunn, I'm sorry, but this doesn't really do either of us any good, does it?
No. I should have said it to him. Told him I didn't care. I had the kids. He was welcome to his women. But I guess he needed the guilt. Do you think that could be right? That he needed the guilt to make it worthwhile?
He has to be formally identified, Mrs. Gunn. For your own good.
Of course. I'm sorry. Can I do it now? And then I can start looking into the life insurance and the car. The mortgage on the house has been paid out, and then there's the business. I'll be quite well off, really. Where do I have to go?
I'll take you.
Well, this bloke's done a bit of work for me. He's built a couple of fences. Next thing I know, he's round making threats.
Yeah? What kind of threats?
Threats? Should have heard some of the language.
What, he abused you, swore at you?
He was menacing, threatening.
Well, you look like you could take care of yourself. What, was he armed?
No.
No. Look, Mr. Callan, we're overworked and understaffed, and a few wild words in the heat of the moment isn't going to hurt anyone.
Yeah, well, he said he had a gun.
He threatened you with a gun?
He said he had one.
Well, everyone in the bush has got a rifle. Was he threatening to use it on you?
Not in so many words.
He just mentioned he had one. All right. As soon as I get a moment, I'll get around and have a word with him.
Yeah, well, I don't want him back at my place.
I'll have a word with him. You know the way out?
Maybe I should talk to the sergeant.
The sergeant's busy.
Mrs. Hawkins! Mrs. Hawkins? Hello? Shut up. The place was shut up tight. All the curtains were drawn.
Nick, what are you doing?
Well, Hawkins have got a farm, and I stepped in something, and I'm cleaning up the something.
Well, couldn't you have done it outside, mate?
Yeah, well, I didn't smell it till I got in here, did I?
Well, that better not be my ruler either.
Granny, don't get your knickers in a knot. It's Maggie's.
Are you Detective Hasham?
Mrs. Locke, right? Well, there was no need for both of you to come in.
Oh, really? With that cheating bastard spreading his lies?
Not that you're not welcome. See yourself as a bit of a killer, do you, Arthur?
I don't think I like your tone.
It grows on you, they tell me. Straight through, to the left. Do us all a favour, Constable. Get rid of that.
Mr. Hawkins is out of danger. He'd had a heart attack.
What are his chances?
Pretty good. Well, the ambulance medics gave him CPR and put him on a defibrillator. It saved his life. Has anyone been able to contact his wife yet?
Nick's been out there. There's no one home.
This is Mrs. Gunn. I'll just go and arrange for ID.
It won't be too long now. Can I get anyone a cup of tea?
No, thanks, I'm fine.
Mrs. Brady?
My husband was in the accident, in the other vehicle.
Yes, our daughter.
Mrs. Gunn, would you come with me?
I don't know what Callan's on about.
Mr. Callan says you threatened him.
He's Mr. Callan and my husband's Arthur. Is that how it is?
Just trying to be friendly. You do karate, Mr. Locke? Got your hands registered as deadly weapons?
No, and I never threatened anyone. Not with violence.
What did you threaten him with, Arthur? Mr. Locke? A gun?
No, he asked, he said, what are you going to do? Come back with a gun? I said if he didn't pay up, I'd do whatever I had to. I was going to get a debt collection agent onto him, that's all.
He owes us $1,500. That's over 2 weeks' work, the cost of the timber and the materials, and not a cent out of him.
He did give us a deposit, though.
100 lousy dollars. And here he is, slaughtering and selling goddamn Bambis, and he won't even pay a legitimate bill, the bastard.
What? That's all you said? You'd put a debt collection agent onto him? No gun? No offer to fill him full of holes, kneecap his deer?
All I wanted was my money. I've got debts too. No one waits for me to pay.
All right. Do you own a gun?
I'm 22. I've had it since I was 12. It's full of rust anyway.
Uh-huh. Is it registered? All right, Arthur. Better bring it in. Get it sorted out.
That's it. Bring in your rifle, Arthur. What about you?
What about me?
Aren't you going to do something? You drag us in here, harassing us. What about Callan? Making him pay his legal debts.
If Callan owes you money, Mrs. Locke, that's a civil matter. Nothing I can do for you. Much as I'd like to.
This is unbelievable.
No, he's right. It's all right, Susie. He's right. There's nothing I can do.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do, Arthur. And you better bring in that rifle, or I'll have to come and get it.
Maggie.
Thank you. Thank you. You've been very good.
I think Constable Doyle had better drive you home.
Come along, Mrs. Brady. The sooner we get you home.
Yes, yes.
Hang on, Maggie. Mrs. Gunn, Wayne will drive you home.
Mrs. Gunn.
I wonder... Mr. Brady, something's come up. I wonder if you'd mind coming back to the station with us just for a few moments.
What is it?
We can talk at the station. There's no need for you to come, Mrs. Brady.
No, I'll go.
Now, you did say to me that Claire had no boyfriends.
That's right. We would have known.
She was like that. She told us everything.
This probably doesn't mean anything, Mrs. Brady, Mr. Brady, but Constable Schultz here dropped by your daughter's work to let them know.
Oh, that was good of you.
She'd called in sick. Said she wouldn't be in.
She wasn't sick. She went in.
One of the girls, a friend of your daughter's, said she did it every now and again to spend the day with a boyfriend.
She didn't have a boyfriend.
I'm sorry, but it appears that she did.
Are you trying to suggest that Claire was having an affair with this man, this farmer, Hawkins, or whatever his name was?
I'm not suggesting anything, Mr. Brady. All we know is that Claire told this girl that she'd be taking the day off to be with her boyfriend.
Well, then the girl's lying. There's some mistake.
She's got no reason to lie, Mrs. Brady.
Well, then she's
You
mixing...
said before that your daughter kept nothing from you.
We were her mother and father. She told us everything.
She didn't tell you she'd be taking the day off from work. She didn't tell you she had a boyfriend.
What are you trying to say?
I think we need to find out what she was doing with Mr. Hawkins.
He's married.
That's right. And we haven't been able to find his wife. Look, it probably means nothing at all. Maybe when you get home, if you should find a photograph or a note in an address book, perhaps you could give us a call, eh?
Just a few days to see some friends. Great. I mean, it's going to be a freezer full of sandwiches and stews. That's meant to make up for leaving a bloke to fend for himself. Thanks. Not a word. Oh, I copped a lot about the ticket Nick gave her. Did I ever? Not a word till this morning about going away. Nice some milk.
Off.
I mean, a man couldn't be blamed for thinking that she's gone down there to see a bloke. Oh, she's not, of course.
Oh, of course she hasn't.
No, but a bloke couldn't be blamed for thinking it. 2, please.
Look, maybe she just wanted a bit of a break.
Well, I don't know what from. She's not working. I'll wait on her hand and foot.
Do you want me to stir that for you?
No, I can do it. Here's your spoon.
Saw him, did you? Lock.
You told me he threatened you with a gun, mate.
Oh, I told you it was an implied threat. He said he had a gun.
When you asked him.
It's crap. Did he say that?
Look, Mr. Callan, these games start off this way. A couple of blokes with a bit of a grievance about money, a couple of lies, a couple of half-truths.
Look, if there are any lies, they're his, not mine.
And sometimes, not always, not even very often, but sometimes it gets a little out of hand and one of the blokes does have a gun.
Yeah, which is exactly why I told you. Look, I asked you to go round there.
Will you, sir? For the moment.
I don't appreciate that tone.
Join the club. You built a fence for you, I gather. You happy with it?
It's all right. It's a fence, for God's sake. Wasn't the Great Wall of China.
Well, if you're satisfied with it, why don't you just pay the man?
Look, I was under the impression that the business dealings between me and Locke were a civil matter, Detective. Now, what is it?
Yeah, that's right, a civil matter. But it stops being a civil matter when you start laying a false complaint. And it stops being a civil matter when you start wasting my time. Pay the man, Mr. Callan. Might save a lot of grief.
Yeah, I appreciate the advice. And I'll pay him when I'm good and ready.
Just as I thought.
Top that.
So what's wrong with Callan anyway?
Where do you want me to start?
No, but I mean, he's always been one of those hail fella sort of blokes. And he's generous too, you got to give him that.
Yeah, maybe with other people's money.
Yeah, I don't know about money. He's pretty generous when it comes to a bit of meat for the sporting club.
That's right.
Yeah, a side or a haunch of venison, all dressed up, ready to go.
What, donation?
No, but at a discount. That's fair enough, isn't it?
It's pretty reasonable if you ask me.
Does this a lot, does he?
Hi, Chris.
Had a bad day.
Yeah, the worst.
Let me shout you a drink.
Thank you. Is anyone eating?
Nah, I better make a dent in the frozen stews.
Ugh, frozen stews, mate.
We might have one for the road, PJ. Nothing to go home for.
Sure.
So, how does a steak and spag bowl sound?
Pretty disgusting.
Boring, mate. I've heard that before.
Oh, come on. How long did you stay on? Clear.
Not long. Couple of hours.
Couple of hours can do a lot of damage with PJ.
We didn't have that many.
No, I can tell. Morning, boss.
Ross away, is she?
Morning.
You realise that Albert Hawkins has been lying in hospital at death's door for the past 24 hours, and his wife still hasn't been informed?
Oh, I thought Nick was taking
Do
care
it
of
now. See me as soon as you get back.
Morning.
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 God. There's no one here.
Mrs. Hawkins!
Well, if she doesn't hear that, she's deaf.
No one's here.
Well, what did I say?
G'day, mate. You won't find him there. Saw him driving to town yesterday. Hasn't been back.
We're looking for Mrs. Hawkins, actually.
You won't find her either. Gone England. Visit her parents. Anyway, it's none of my business.
Thanks, mate. You're a neighbour, are you?
Yeah, I live next door.
Do you know if they've got any other relatives?
Couldn't say. Don't know them all that well.
You wouldn't have an address for Mrs. Hawkins, would you? In England?
So, who's going to tell the boss?
Because I let you off the hook with the Bradys.
You know, Wayne, you really have no idea. Hi, Ross.
Hi, Maggie.
How was Melbourne?
Fine.
I've got to talk to the boss.
Thought you said a few days.
You get on the booze last night? Must have been fun.
Had a couple with PJ. So why so soon?
I felt like coming home.
I thought you were seeing your mates. Weren't you?
Look, I just thought I'd let you know that I'm back.
I'll see you at home, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
They were in a drawer.
There are other things.
That's okay, Mrs. Brady. This is all we need. Yeah.
Sorry.
That's all right. We're just finishing. Nick, could you show Mr. and Mrs. Brady out?
Well, we'll see ourselves out.
We'll be in touch.
Thank you. So, did you find Mrs. Hawkins?
No one there. She's away in England visiting her parents.
We'll have to find someone else, family.
Okay, boss.
Oh, Maggie.
The boyfriend?
I'd say so.
Overalls.
He might have just been working on his car.
Or he might be a mechanic.
Hey, there was a bike out at the Hawkins' place.
Yeah, we saw it. It was almost new.
It was on the side when I found it. I'll go find him.
We'll see if we can get a lead on those next of kin.
Yeah, Maggie, don't bugger around. Get back out to the farm and break in.
Right.
But, don't do any damage.
Break in, don't do any damage. I'm gonna go around the side.
Beauty.
Please, don't tell the boss.
How are you?
What are you doing back here?
Just a friendly visit.
Yeah, well, you may be a bloody detective, but that doesn't give you the right to come round here annoying me every bloody day.
Just doing my job.
Yeah, well, why don't you get on to Arthur Locke?
Mr. Callan, you wouldn't be using the police to get the locks off your back about that fence by any chance, would you?
How about I drop into the station and have a word with your sergeant? How would you feel about that?
That's probably a good idea. Bring your stock book with you, okay?
What's that about?
I'd just like to take a look through it while you're talking to the Sarge.
You've got no right.
Yes, I have. Had a bit of a word to the local butcher. He tells me he cuts up quite a bit of venison out here.
Yeah, for my own consumption. I'm allowed to do that.
Sure. Just like to know how much. Eat a fair bit, do you? Because if you were selling it. Like to the football club, golf club, RSL.
Yeah, look, a man tries to do the decent thing for his neighbours at the right price.
Of course you do. And you keep your records and you pay your taxes. Doing the right thing for the economy, right? Trouble is, once you sell it, the health department gets interested in where it's butchered and how, and they mention it to the meat board, and they have a word to the tax office, and the whole thing becomes a real pain in the ass. Anyway, don't forget that stock book when you drop by, okay?
Listen, hang on a sec. Have you got a minute?
she has gone on holiday. She must have a hell of a lot of underwear. Must be a couple of dozen pair of knickers here. Not to mention the slips and blouses. She couldn't have packed very much. What's that?
Sweet FA. It's just stuff from the desk. Bills, receipts, junk mail. No postcards from Buckingham Palace, though.
Might open a window.
It's a bit on the nose in here, isn't it?
Yeah, I wonder why.
It's a bachelor smell. His wife's been away.
Well, you'd know.
David Edwards. He works at the Caltech station on the highway.
How old are you, Dave? 19? 20?
19. I haven't done anything.
No, we're not saying you have. You know Claire Brady?
No.
We've got photos here that say you do.
Might have met her once or twice.
You were with her yesterday.
No.
A friend of hers says you were.
Must have been someone else.
What about girls, David? You got a girlfriend?
No. Not really.
Not anymore. Is that what you mean, David?
You bastards.
Wayne?
Yes?
Everyone keeps these in the same place. You'd think they'd know better, wouldn't you? You better watch me while I open it. It couldn't be this easy.
Miriam Alice Hawkins. There you go. That's her.
So, Wayne, how do you go to England without a passport?
With great difficulty.
Yeah, all right, Wayne. Hold on to the passport and stay there. I'll get PJ out there as soon as I can. Have a good look round, but don't touch anything, all right?
Take a good look round, but don't touch anything. Is that the same as break in, but don't do any damage? Hey, what do you reckon he expects us to find here, anyway?
I'm afraid to think. I've got an awful feeling something bad's happened to you, Wayne. Come on.
Just make sure they don't do anything silly.
Righto, boss.
So, David, you're saying you weren't at the farm with Claire yesterday?
That's right.
Pretty good with cars, are you, David?
Not bad.
Or do you prefer bikes?
Both. I'm all right at both.
I hear Mr. Hawkins has a pretty nice ag bike. Constable Schultz tells me he found it lying on its side out at the farm. Well, they're worth a bit, aren't they?
I don't know.
Come on. You're the mechanic. He's going to be all right, you know. The farmer. No thanks to you, David, eh?
I didn't touch him. I was trying to get the bike into my van when he came back. He wanted to fight me. Jeez, he must have been 70.
He's 48. I suppose he was a bit annoyed about you trying to steal his motorbike.
I didn't want to fight him. He was screaming at me. right off his brain. And he just fell over. Sort of clutching himself. I thought he was dead. I just wanted to get out of there.
So, you just took off in your van and left him there?
Claire wouldn't come. She was trying to, you know, blow in his mouth. I was scared. I thought I'd killed him. I didn't want to.
Did she know you were stealing the bike?
I told her I was just borrowing it. Told her he said I could.
How did she get him into his car?
I just got out of there. Didn't even stop to close the van.
Ah. So the bike fell out as you accelerated away? She saved his life, David. Do you realise that? I guess you could say she saved yours, too. You'd be in a lot of trouble if that man had died.
I really liked her. I really did.
I'll leave you alone for a moment. I guess she really liked you, too.
Right. Can you just hang about a tick, please? Hey, boss. Got a moment?
Yeah, I see what you mean. These are definitely new floorboards. They can't be more than a month or two old. Oh, yeah, the smell's much stronger there.
You don't really think that there's something under them, do you?
Oh, I've heard of stranger things. Go for it, mate.
Oh, you've got to be joking.
Well, we got to do it. If you don't want to stay, Max.
No, I'll stay.
What do you think you're doing? This is Mrs. Hawkins. I'm just taking her to the hospital to see her husband.
What are you doing to my new floor?
Mrs. Hawkins is just back from her holidays in New England, New South Wales.
Oh, somebody's got something on their boots. I hope you haven't tracked it all over my carpets.
The boy's been charged, of course. Attempted theft of the motorbike.
That's all?
Well, we are continuing investigations. It might not have been the first.
Why didn't she tell us about him?
Kids have their secrets.
She should have told us.
Look, I know it's none of my business, but I think he and Claire were really fond of each other. If you wanted to have a word with him, I'd...
No! No. Not yet.
Oh, Mrs. Hawkins, perhaps you'd like to meet Mr. and Mrs. Brady, Claire's parents?
Oh, I don't know what to say to you. Except she saved my husband's life. If she hadn't stayed with him. Oh, it's all right. It's all right.
Just seems a little strange, that's all.
Why don't you just tell me what you're getting at, Wayne?
I'm not getting at anything.
I think I was down there having it off with someone, don't you?
No, I don't.
Person or persons unknown, right?
You didn't say that, Ross.
You bastard. You thought it, though, didn't you?
No, I didn't. But you should be straight with me about why you went to Melbourne.
All right, I went down just to...
Ross.
Hello, Mrs. Patterson. My name's Maureen Gunn. My husband was just killed in a car accident, and your husband was...
Yeah, he's here, but I...
Oh, no, it's you I want to speak to. I'm going to continue my husband's business, cosmetics.
Oh, look, I don't think I need any at the moment. Thank
oh, no,
you.
I'm not selling. I'm offering you a job as manager.
Me?
I believe you're in the care and beauty business.
Yeah, I'm a hairdresser.
And that you're out of work at the moment.
Well, as a matter of fact, I'm not out of work.
Oh, I understood that you weren't.
No, I've just been offered a partnership in a salon.
Oh, perhaps there's still some way that we could do something.
Mrs. Gunn, the salon isn't in Mount Thomas. It's in Melbourne.
Oh, right. So you're leaving us. I'm sorry to trouble you.
It's no trouble.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
When do you leave?
Wayne,
I'm sorry, PJ's not here.
He asked me to come in. Could you tell him that I...
Mr. Callan asked me to give you this.
$1,500. How did you get this out of him?
Well, I can be pretty persuasive when I want to be.
I'm sure.
Look, why don't we go to the Imperial and have a bit of a drink, eh, to celebrate?
I don't think so.
Why not?
My husband wouldn't like it.
He doesn't have to know.
Thanks for the check. Bye.
What the hell's that?
Dancer or prancer, I forget which.
Reindeer?
A1 top quality venison, which, in my generosity, I will fully share with my associates.
Good on you, mate.
4/4, rump, parson's nose.
The risk of eating a bribe. I'll take a 4/4.
Oh, well, I've got nowhere to cook it.
Well, you can cook mine, Mags.
Nah.
Mate, it's more that size, mate.
Don't get any on my desk, all right?